This is Marvel Universe X-Force Archangel. This figure is part of Series 2. It was originally a New York Comic Con exclusive figure in 2010. Later it was offered as a promotional figure. If you subscribed to Marvel Digital Comics Unlimited and you had a certificate to redeem, you could get this guy. Unfortunately, that promotion is over. It ended in January of this year. So from now on, the only way to get this guy is really online, whether it's trading with another collector or you're buying it on eBay. But I mean, he is expensive. You're going to be paying at least like around $150 to $200, maybe $130, $125, $120 if you're lucky. But I would suggest the trade route. This guy, I mean, you're not going to find many people to give this guy up. He is, I mean, arguably the most desirable figure among Marvel Universe collectors. I do have one for trade. I have a brand new in mint on card inbox figure, but I'm looking for nice stuff. I'm not going to trade him for just any old figure you can get at the pegs at Walmart. I'm looking for like Variant Havoc, or I don't know. I have a list of stuff I need. Only PM me about it if you're serious, if you have some good stuff to trade, and if you've seen this video within a week or two of it being uploaded, because he'll be gone very soon. Anyway, let's look at the packaging first, and we'll get to the figure in a minute. I really like Marvel Universe packaging. I mean, and he looks really cool in it. Yeah, they picked a great image of him right there. He just looks really great. There's just a few subtle differences, like it says Marvel Digital Comics at the top right there. On the back it says Marvel Digital Comics on the bottom, and there's no blurb, there's no little summary right here. The original Archangel came in this wave, Wave 3 of Series 2, but I believe this is considered a completely different figure because he is number 35, and the original Archangel is number 15. He also comes in this box. He's a very rare figure, so they give him this. It's just a simple white box with his image here, and the other side it's all white, and it says X-Force Archangel right there. Alright, on to the figure. Just a phenomenal figure, one of the best. He comes with a display stand. It says X-Force Archangel right there, and he's number 35. And here's the original Angel, number 15. Alright, so he is basically the exact same figure as the original Archangel, the blue and pink costume one. There's besides the obvious difference of the way his costume's painted, black and silver instead of blue and pink. His face is a different color blue, and there's slight subtle differences in the design, the decoration, or the trimming, whatever you want to call it, of his costume. Anyway, let's look at the sculpt first. Like I said, it is a repaint. Well, I don't know if I said that yet. But it is a repaint. It's a recycled sculpt. You've seen this body on House of M Spider-Man, you've seen it on Iceman, you've seen it on a few different people. This is like their average build or skinny build, I'm not really sure. I do like it. I'm very happy with this figure. There's like almost no complaints. I wish he was a little bit bulkier, like a little bit more muscular. I mean, Archangel's not totally ripped, and he's not huge, but he's not this skinny either. I don't feel like he's this skinny. I do think this was the best sculpt available at the time, though, so I am very happy with it. If it was made today, I would have liked to see it, with the Jim Lee Cyclops sculpt or something like that. Anyway, also, I wish his hands were a little bit differently. Marvel Universe really hasn't mastered the art of repainting. I mean, they'll repaint, but come on, each figure should have not only a different head, but different hands, too. The new 2012 Angel has kind of like a straight out hand like this, so it kind of looks more like he's flying. I would have liked to seen that on this guy, or maybe even two fists, because I don't know, he just doesn't need that kind of half open hand and one fist. So I would have liked to have seen different hands on it. The paint on him, it's just the black it's not quite a matte, it's like a semi-gloss or a semi-matte or whatever, and then the silver is a very glossy silver. There's a little bit of metallicness into it, but I think it's mostly considered just a regular gloss. Alright, let's take a look at him against this guy. So the main differences in these figures is, of course, just the color of their costume. But there are some subtle differences, like see on his lower on his lower stomach right here. It's like just a straight line. His has a little arrow. He doesn't have separate different colored gloves. He has the silver gloves. He just has this simple band on his wrist. He has like a little diamond design on the inside. He has the little squares on his feet. He's got kind of like a diamond shaped on his feet. There's a couple more, but you can't really see them on the camera. But they're very small, barely noticeable. His head sculpt is awesome. I love his head sculpt. He just got this really scary grimace on his face. It's sculpted really cool. I really like that. His face paint, it's just one color of this really deep dark blue, and then of course he has the red eyes, and he also doesn't have any eyebrows really. The original one, he has a much lighter blue, and there is kind of shading to it. It's not just one color. There's shading to it. He has blonde eyebrows and white eyes. Also, his ears are not covered. There's holes in his mask for his ears, and his ears are covered by the black costume. So very subtle differences. Okay. Oops. If you are shopping for this guy online and you find one, ask. In terms of quality control, ask the person who's selling it or you're trading for it. Ask them some questions if you can. Get him to send you pictures. Make sure the lines of his mask, make sure they're nice and neat. Make sure those points are nice and pointy and not sloppy. I mean, if you're going to be paying so much money for this guy or trading off one of your favorite figures, you want him to look good. So make sure that all the lines on his mask are nice and neat. Make sure his eyes are nice and neat. Sometimes Archangel figures have a smushed nose. Make sure he doesn't have a smushed nose, and just make sure all the different trimming on his costume is nice and neat. Look at all that. Doesn't that look great? Really beautiful figure. Alright, so let's take a look at how tall he is. He's by no means a short figure, but he's not one of the tallest ones either, and he's pretty skinny, like I said. Here he is next to the Guardian. This is like the medium-sized figure, I guess. Alright, so let's look at his wings. I love his wings. I really like that you can really see all the different, these are supposed to be metal feathers. I really like that it's real piecey, and you can actually see each individual feathers. There's two pegs on the wings, and they go into two peg holes on his back. They come unattached in the packaging, so you have to put them in. It's really easy to do. They bend right here. They bend again here, and then there's like a secondary wing on the inside. So it's actually two wings. They can bend all kinds of different ways. You can put them way back like that. They are going to weigh him down though, so if they're back like that, he's going to fall over, and they're going to have to. He's going to have to put some of the weight onto the wings. I mean, and they could fold up very far too. I mean, you can really just kind of close him in like that if you want to. He can stand up pretty well like that. I think this is the best way he can stand up on his own using just his legs, because the weight of the wings is spread out evenly. If you want to put them out like this, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. And they're so heavy, they're going to put a lot of wear on his knees. So just try and get it as evenly distributed as possible. You want to put as least amount of wear on those knee joints as you can, because I've seen those knee joints go out really quickly. Now, about the wings, I like them a lot. I think they're amazing wings. I would have liked to see a little bit more in them, though. I mean, sometimes they draw Archangel with crazy wings. I mean, look at those. Would have been nice to have those, but I'm still very happy with these. By no means is there anything wrong enough with this figure to be a deal breaker. Overall, he's just phenomenal. He's just awesome. Alright, let's look at his articulation. He does have pretty good articulation. He's got a ball-jointed head, swivel shoulders, ball-jointed head, ball-jointed shoulders, swivel bicep, simple hinge elbow, swivel wrist, a ball-jointed torso or chest, ball-jointed hips, double-jointed knees, and a ball-hinge feet. Now, because of the wings and he has very limited posability. You can't get him to do much because the wings are always weighing him down, and you kind of have to pose him to work with the wings. So that's one thing. If you have a flight stand, I'm sure you can get a lot more posability out of him, but without, it's pretty limited. All right, so final thoughts on this guy. I mean, he is just an awesome figure. I prefer the face paint on the original Archangel, but I like this one a lot too. I would have liked him if he had better hands, and I would have liked it if they gave him his own unique body sculpt. But all in all, I can overlook all of that stuff because his paint is amazing, his wings are awesome. I mean, he just looks kick-ass. I give him like a 9.5. Only reason he's not a 10 is just because there is a little teeny tiny bit of room of improvement. But overall, he is an amazing figure. If you can find him for a good deal, by all means, go for it. The $150, $200 price tag, that's really just because you're a collector and you want it and you want to have this character in a figure. The figure itself is not worth that much money, not nearly. I would suggest trading for it. I really hate the aftermarket, the secondhand selling, the price gouging. It has a horrible effect on supply and demand for figure collectors. Like I said, I have one to trade. If anybody wants to trade for it, if anybody's got some nice stuff, let me know. If you want to see a list of stuff that I need, just send me a comment or a PM and we'll do it. All right. Aside from me having one of these guys to trade, I do have an Archangel figure. A regular one that I'm going to be giving away to one of my subscribers. I'll post a video later on about how I'm going to give it away, but for right now, all you have to do is subscribe. I don't like to get just a number of subscribers just to get the number. I really want people who are enjoying my videos, who are thinking what I have to say is helpful. Otherwise, it's just a number. It's just a number of subscribers. People who aren't watching your videos. So if you come here and you like what you see, subscribe. Anyway, well, that's it for this figure. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you can find yourself one of these guys because he's a truly amazing figure, really pretty, really kick-ass looking. And I mean, that's it. As always, I'm going to leave you now with a little advice of keep collecting.